afternoon, well, evening anyway. So I thought I'd jump on here and get some work done. Yeah, just see if anybody was about and wanted to jump on and have a chat or whatever. And yeah, basically working on this guy at the moment. So I've already done the airbrush stuff. Just sort this lights out so you can actually see a bit better. That's a bit better. So yeah, I'm just going to try and make a start on that for the next hour or so. And I haven't done a huge amount on him yet, but essentially got most of the base coats done anyway, so it's kind of all the airbrush work and stuff is done. And yeah, taking a break from doing the other bits and pieces that I'm working on, so just concentrate on this. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I had a pretty busy day today, so I'm just using this as a bit of downtime. Kind of yeah, ended up having quite a hectic day at work, and that I wasn't initially planning for, you know. And yeah, but it was a successful day anyway, so it all went smoothly. I work as an engineer, so it's my full-time thing. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, but yeah, today went pretty smoothly. And now back here doing this, having a bit of downtime. So yeah, hope you're all having a good evening. And this is the Ballistus dreadnought that came with my the Leviathan box. So I've had this sitting around for nearly a year now. Well, no, over a year. It's over a year, isn't it? It's like June or something that came out last year. So yeah, he's been sitting in a box with all the other stuff waiting to be painted. So and I've been painting lots of Marines at the minute, and I thought, well, it'd be nice to kind of get the other big one out of the way and get him done. It kind of makes a change, sort of painting the fiddly little Marines. So yeah, nice to do something different. Plus my collection's not really got any many vehicles. I've got one of the dreadnought and a pulsar. So nice to have another bigger one as part of the collection. So yeah, just going around just doing the shading on this. So it'll be mainly the blue colour, with the rocket pod thing being the cream, to kind of match up with the where are we? So you can get an idea anyway if you've not seen them before. So just kind of get an idea. That's the little guys always have that colour on the shoulder pad. So yeah, just so they can help the match up and feel consistent. I don't know, I might add some more of that colour onto this bit as well, but I don't know, I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do with that at the minute. I'm just going to sort of concentrate on painting the main body first, and then work my way through the other two bits. yeah, no, it's been good. The channel's been doing all right. This last couple of weeks, those last few videos going over my Marines did really well. Lots of people seem to like them, so that was great. So yeah, if you're new to the channel and you're watching now, then thanks very much for joining. Nice to have you on board. And I've got another one sort of on the way at the moment as well that I'm working on at the moment, so that will be up hopefully by the weekend. And then it's going to be I don't know, working on my monolith. I think I've got a Necron monolith that needs painting and it's been neglected, so I think I need a break from doing Space Marines, so I think that's going to be the next thing. Get that done. This is why I like to have lots of little projects going on at once so I don't get bored. Plus, I've got a commission as well that I need to start. So that needs to be started soon. But I'm quite looking forward to that. I quite enjoyed the last one. Nothing on here. So yeah, busy. Lots going on. But yeah, I like this guy. And you can see, made a start on this one as well. That's something else that needs finishing. I mean, again, another one that's been sitting in the box for a while waiting to be done. So got him prepped and ready to go. And again, just sort of having lots of stuff sitting there waiting to be done, and I like doing that. I like having I keep everything, well, the vast majority of it kind of primed and ready to go, so that I can sort of chop and change when I want to do something different. I need to paint that guy and about 20 Hormagaunts as well, and then that'll be all my Tyranid stuff done. So yeah, I'm slowly getting through them. I haven't bought anything new for, I don't know, I can't remember the last time I bought anything actually, a long time ago. I made a point of not doing it. Too much stuff in this painting, not enough time. So yeah, trying to be sensible. Yeah, anyway, hope you're all having a good evening. Is anyone else doing anything, working on anything at the moment? I'm just sitting listening to me rambling. Anyway, yeah, so this is really just going around, shading down everything, just as a first step. And then I'll do all the highlighting, I think. I think I'm just going to do all the highlights on this, and then start blocking all the other bits and pieces in. Which, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to go. Rather than blocking all the base coats and stuff, doing it this way. I say this every time I do one of these streams, that I can't get over how quiet it is. I'm just not used to it. Not used to it actually being quiet in the house. It's weird. It's quite nice though. Don't have it very often. Yeah, I don't think this guy will actually take too long. I've been kind of purposely keeping the majority of the one colour, just to speed him up a little bit. I don't want to kind of make it any more difficult than it needs to be. It'd be nice doing something different as well, because the other dreadnought's done in the a different scheme to this. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what he looks like when it's done. I still need to sort this base out as well, and he's doing. Oh, hello. Hey guys, how are you doing? You well? You having a nice evening? Oh, and yeah, so I apologise because I've actually forgotten what your actual real name is, but A Brush with Paint, who is yeah, he's still here, I'm afraid. I promised I was going to stick this in the post. But yeah, I said I was going to post this to today. I forgot. I've been insanely busy. He's still here. He's not got lost. He will be with you. I promise. Although I said I promised yesterday, but yeah. And yes, it is dreadnought time. Yes, we are working on the dreadnought. So yeah, I do apologise. I did say I was going to stick that in the post for you. I just, as I sort of said earlier on when I first started on here, is just that basically, yeah, I got pulled into something at work that I wasn't expecting, and had to do basically a big install of a new, well, not a new site, but like an upgrade on a site I was working on, and I had to put a load of new equipment in and stuff, and it's all just a bit, it's quite a full-on day. But as I said, went smoothly. It was good. It was good. Normally something goes wrong, and yeah, it actually went okay today, so it was good. But yes, I will get that to you. I'm gonna, my plan is, because I did all of that today, I'm gonna treat myself to maybe a bit of a quieter day tomorrow. So I will make sure I go via a post office and get that over to you, because he's been just sat here for a year, not doing anything. So as I said before, you may as well have him and make some use out of him. Oh, Podger, hello man. I'm not sure if I've ever actually spoken to you before, but I recognise the name, and I'm a fan of your channel. I watched quite a few of your videos recently, actually. It's good stuff. I like it. don't know if you can hear that. It's tipping down rain here. I think there's, no, I don't know. I can hear water dripping somewhere. So some nice growth. Yeah, it's done all right. It's done all right. The last few weeks it's been good. I've kind of well, I don't know. I think everyone goes through those bits where you're trying to stick stuff on, on here or on Instagram or whatever, and nobody seems to see anything for months on end, and then suddenly you have a real explosion, and suddenly loads of people are watching it, and it suddenly does really well for some reason. I don't understand why. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what the secret was, because yeah, it's been good. It's been nice. It's got some real, as I say, got some growth recently, and it's done all right. Slaves to the algorithm. Yeah, I know. I wish I knew how it worked. It seems so random. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You have to just keep plugging away at it. Oh yeah, go and if, as you just said in that, just go and check out his channel. It's good. It's definitely worth a watch. Absolutely. Yes, this is already looking better. Getting a bit of shade on there and start to get the details sticking out a little bit more and seeing what I'm actually working with. So yeah, I don't think this will take that long. This will be a few evenings, I think. And this is why I like using thin down contrast paints for shading these rather than using like null oil or whatever, because they you don't have to be as precious with it. They sort of do some of the work for you and kind of pull everything into the recesses for you. You don't have to worry about it staining and stuff quite as much. And yeah, definitely something I've gotten more into. I mean, you can gloss varnish stuff, but there's one more step, isn't it? One more thing you've got to do. And I know it puts a lot of people off, those extra steps. So I try to avoid them where I can. I'm debating, I think I might raise him up a little bit. It's kind of, I did that with the other dreadnought that I've got, and kind of just give him a bit more height as well. That's why it's not glued down. That's why the base is kind of not been touched yet, because I haven't quite worked out what I'm going to do with it. But I've got a few bits and pieces I'm going to stick on there, I think, anyway. Well, yeah, so I'm still kind of working on that, working what I'm going to do. But I think adding some stuff to the base to kind of raise him up a bit and make him a bit taller would be a good idea. But yeah, I'll worry about that later. Funny, if you glue the skies in the hole, suggests he feels a bit off centre to me. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah. I don't know. This is why I like to not glue these things down just straight away, just because I want to kind of do something more with it. Left leg needs to be a bit further forward in the hole. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. You look down at it, yeah, definitely. You know, like it sort of feels like he's leaning right backwards. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to have a play with that once it's kind of... I've got some more of the work done, the painting and stuff, and then I'll take him off the base and work out what I'm going to do with it. It's quite nice though. I like this one. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's a nice throwback to the old boxy one with the las cannon and missile launcher on it. I was kind of hoping that they, once it got released separately, that it was going to have, you know, like a multi-part version of it with different weapon options and stuff, but they never did that. I think that would have been a nice idea. Yeah, sorry, that's the most exciting thing in the world, just watching this, but this step does need to be done. And I'd like to get all this, the shading stuff done first. And yeah, I'm basically going to run through and do all of the blue, all the arm and the blue, and do that all in one hit. Get all of that done, and then go back in and work out what I'm doing with the rest of him. And put all the detailing in. Although there's not too much to, not a huge amount to do on this actually. I don't think, yeah, certainly on the back end, there's not a huge amount. I always wanted the Bjorn the Fell-handed one back in the day. That was a lot of... Oh, yeah. Yes, that was a good one, actually. The old... Yeah. I have to admit, I've never really been that big a fan of the Space Wolf stuff. Like, it's just not my thing. Like, I can see why people do like it. I kind of get it, but it's just not... I don't think I would never collect them. Not a massive, not hugely into it. What's happening here? I've lost my other screen. Hang on. Sorry, one moment. I've got a second screen here so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Oh, same thing about the Space Wolves. Yeah, it's just not, I don't know. I get it. I understand why lots of people would like it, but it's just not for me. I've never felt a need to collect them or anything. It's just not my thing. There's a few other factions like that as well. Like Eldar, never really got that. And Drukhari as well, like the Dark Eldar stuff. That does not interest me in the slightest. It's just one of those things. I think it was just the first, like, anything other than generic Marines. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. I mean, again, it's not. It's just you know, that's the good thing about it. It's like you've got a lot of choice. There's something for everybody. It's just not. Yeah, that's just not for me. I think yeah, the Dark Eldar stuff, the Drakari, that's the worst for me. I just have, I mean, just no interest in that whatsoever. Like looks wise, it just does nothing for me. I wouldn't. It's the one thing. Yeah, that's definitely. It's not like a dislike. I don't like hate it or anything. It's just not. It just doesn't interest me in the slightest. I would never have any urge to own that or paint it. Just don't look nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, again, I get it. You know, if people like it, then that's good. That's great. It's just not for me. Just not my thing. Yeah. Most of the other stuff I quite like, actually. Oh, give me 2 seconds. How on earth do you panel like that with no spill? Practice, I think is it really. Practice and a decent brush, I suppose. I don't know. But also using, as I said, like I find using contrast paint is a good way around it. So I tend to use thin down contrast paints for like panel lining and washing and stuff, rather than using you know, like a traditional wash, because they do some of the work for you. So they kind of pull, once it's thinned down with contrast medium. So like this is a mix of these, essentially. And that, just because of the way that stuff works, it helps to pull itself into that. I think using washes. No, well, I mean, it is kind of, it's a wash. It's just it's very thin down, but it is, I don't know, around about 50-50. I kind of just mix them and then see how it looks on the palette, and then it's just through. Yeah, you kind of know. I know what it looks like when it's sort of how I want it, if that makes sense. Sort of just trial and error until I've got what I wanted. But it definitely helps. It's a better way. I don't really use acrylic washes that much these days. I find this is a better method. I quite like using enamels and stuff like that, but again, I try, certainly with stuff that I'm doing on the channel, I try to avoid, where I can, using you know, enamels and oils and stuff, just because I like to try and keep it accessible, you know, and make it easy for people. And I know that for a lot of people, going down the route of using sort of enamels and oils and stuff can be a bit daunting, and it's not. They're great for all sorts of different things, but you know, it's not something that everyone's into or able to do or wants to do, so I try to avoid it. So yeah, this is a nicer method for me personally. And again, just because it's subtle, I don't think you can see it really very well in the video, but you get almost when it's thinned down enough, you get almost a blend from this into the recess, because that paint is kind of pulling itself into the recess as it dries. So it does a little bit of that work for you. So yeah, you don't get these. You're not going to get like a real harsh line between the two of them. It will kind of you get, yeah, as I say, you get like a bit of a blend between the colours, and yeah, it works quite nicely. You still have to have a reasonably steady hand and be kind of selective about where you're putting it, because otherwise you'll end up kind of getting, it will stain or get, you know, you don't want to get that colour on the bits you don't want it, if that makes sense. You know, so you still need to be kind of careful and stuff, but it's an easier method, I find, anyway. I like the way it looks. And then as well, because it's nice and thin, you can then go back and you can maybe go over that multiple times as well, 2-3 times as well, if you want to kind of get certain bits to be slightly darker, and so like in there, you know, that sort of, these deeper recesses, put another load in, and it will kind of, as it sort of, as it dries, it pulls itself away. And it's subtle, but it is noticeable when you've got it in front of you anyway. Again, I don't know how well you can see it on the video and stuff, but it does make a difference. Now, most of that is done. Let's do a little bit more of that. Are you planning on applying any of your newfound techniques on this big fella? No. So this one is going to be done in the same way that I've been the rest of the army. So it's going to be very. I'm going to try and make this all nice and clean and yeah. And kind of like if you've seen the other ones, then that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm working on one guy at the moment. It's going to be done differently. So he is going to be. I'm not going to show it because I'd rather just get him finished first, because he's kind of half done. He's sat kind of off the camera at the moment. But he's being done in a kind of same scheme, but in a kind of like weathered, sort of battle damaged look. So yeah, that's what he's been doing. They're being done slightly differently. So it's the if you know the lieutenant that came in the Leviathan box, the sort of the he's like a kind of he's got a bit of Tyranid armor stuck on his shoulder pad and stuff. So I'm painting him in a different way. So he's going to have, yeah, as I said, kind of like all weathered and battered up, which kind of, I think it will work quite nicely on that one guy. But the challenge is to try to paint him in a different way, but also have him work with the rest of them. So he still has to be consistent and work with the rest of the army. But I think it will work quite nicely with that one guy, because he's meant to be like a, you know, he's been separated from the rest of them, and he's been out by himself for ages and stuff, you know. Yeah, no, I'm filming it. Yeah. He's I've been, it'd be like a, yeah, kind of like a third part for the other two videos that I did. So it's kind of like just going back over that same scheme, but trying in a different method, because you don't have to be quite as precious with it. You can be a little bit more a little bit looser with it, you know. You don't do quite as accurate, and yeah, so that might be quite nice to kind of just try something different. But as I said, with that one guy, he works entirely by himself, and it sort of fits with the model, and yeah, but I want to make sure that he still fits in with the rest of the army, so that's the challenge. Because I started him, I painted a load and got most of the base coating done, and I was just not happy with it. All the colours were off, all the same paints, but the way I was using them, it was just off and it wasn't right. And he was starting to look more like an ultramarine. Not that there's anything wrong with ultramarines, but it was like he was the colours were wrong. So yeah, I resprayed it and started again. So yeah, he's being worked on at the moment. So there will be another video of him. When does your 1 year challenge end, and how many models do you have to get rid of? Well, it ends in March. I think it's towards the end of March. And how many have I got left? Quite a few. Mainly Space Marines. There's a handful of Tyranids. So, as I said, we've got this guy plus about 20 Hormagaunts that need doing. And then it's mainly Marines. There's a lot of Marines that need doing. So, if anyone's watching at the moment who isn't aware, that I've kind of set myself a challenge to have basically all my backlog of stuff painted and done within a year. And I think I'm about just over halfway through that year now. And any that aren't painted or aren't finished by the end of that year, I will pick somebody randomly who's a channel member, so who will then get all of the unpainted stuff sent to them. So it means that I've basically don't have them all just sitting there not doing anything, and I'll send them off and somebody can actually do something with them. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and get as many done as I can, because it's a nice challenge. It's a nice way of getting them done, and it's a nice bit of incentive, you know, to get as many of them finished as I can. Because, you know, I want them finished. They're pointless. It's pointless just having them sitting in a box doing nothing. Loads of time we manage it. Well, this is it. I don't know. I think that there's no way I'll finish all of them. It's just not feasible. I just don't think I have the time to do it. But I'm going to give it a good go. So yeah, if you're watching and you are interested in that, then you need to sign up for the channel membership, which is £2 a month. And I also am kind of in the process of trying to set up a Discord for that as well. So yeah, there's if you want to sign up for that and help the channel out, that's the best way to do it. And yeah, I will hopefully get a Discord up relatively soon, which I'm having real trouble with. It's more complicated than I imagined. Yeah, so that way I quite like the idea of having that. I can kind of help people out and give some one-to-one advice and stuff, and yeah. So anyway, so that's there as an option if you want to sign up to it. It'd be a real help. It helps the channel to grow and stuff, you know. But yeah, there is quite a lot. There's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff that needs painting, and these Marines take a long time. So we'll see. We'll slowly work through them. I would just really like one day to be able to just say, yeah, everything's done. I don't have a backlog of stuff that he's doing. There's nothing. I've got nothing left to paint, you know. I can go and buy something new and know that I haven't got a load of other stuff hanging over me. It'd be nice. Yeah, it is a bargain. I think it's a bargain anyway. Yeah. But no, it is a huge help. It does really help. I'd like to try and. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying making the videos and stuff and having this channel. It's good. It's good fun. I like it, and I'd like to kind of grow it and do as much as I can with it. So yeah, the more the merrier. Oh, Poco. I don't recognise that name. So looking at your thing, I'm seeing. Does that mean you've signed up to it as well? Then that's great. Thank you very much. That's amazing. Thank you. Now the other thing as well, that's part of that again, which I need to do. I haven't done it yet. I was kind of waiting to try and get a few more people on there before I did it, but the plan is to put everyone's names onto the sort of the 40k city board that I'm working on. So kind of stick everyone's name on it as graffiti somewhere, sort of hidden away on it somewhere, on the buildings or on the or whatever. So yeah, at some point, once I've got a few more and there's a few more people to know, I'm gonna. That's the other thing. That's the other thing that's going to be added as well. And that board needs finishing off. Most of it's done, but it's not quite there yet. So that'll be. I'll probably film something for that at some point if anybody's interested, because I've got sort of 2/3 of it done now, I think. And yeah, that's been a long-term thing. That's been sitting around for ages, waiting to be finished off. So. Again, good incentive to get it done. What have we got? So yeah, I've got. So the next one will be following on with the Marines. Next video, that's what I'm working on at the minute. That's going to come at some point. And you want about the big tree? Oh yeah, well I was about to say that. Yeah, so next one's going to be the third part of the Marine, the custom chapter stuff that I've been working on. So that's the next one. And then after that, I think it's going to be the monolith and painting up the monolith with the tree on it. I think that's going to be the next thing that I want to do. So, just, yeah, taking a break from Space Marines. Too many Marines recently, I need to do something different. So, that's going to be the next thing. And it's been sitting there for so long waiting to be painted. And I would really love to see it done. So, yeah. As I said, I've been really enjoying content that you've applied some of your colour scheme to my own chapter. Oh, really? Oh, that's great. Are you on Instagram? If you are, and yeah, tag me. If you stick some photos up of your, if you've used some of my scheme or if you've done something or whatever, yeah, tag me in. So I'd love to see them. I'm always interested to see what people do with it. I did the first video on the channel is my Tyranid scheme, how I painted my ones, and quite a few people ended up copying that and using that tutorial and doing it, and I've got loads of people tagging me. It's really nice actually, seeing all these other people who've got the same, taking that scheme and reusing it and doing their own thing with it. It was really nice. So yeah, I'm always interested in seeing what people do with stuff. Taking a bit from edge highlighting, panel lining, do some edge highlighting, panel lining. Yeah. Well, no, I mean the monolith is going to be a bit more. What's the word? A bit more of a speed paint thing. It's not it's not like this. This is my neck ones are kind of this. You know, I can sit down and paint like 10 Necron warriors in an evening with the scheme that I've got. In fact, the bases, making the bases and doing all the foliage and stuff on the bases actually takes longer than the painting the models, because I started that was like a lockdown project, and part of it when I was trying to work it out was that it needed to be quick, I needed to be able to get them done fast, so I didn't have like a big, you know, another collection of stuff sitting there that needed doing. So yeah, so if you've not seen them, they're kind of like all rusted up and covered in plant life and moss and stuff. In fact, if you want to see them properly, then there's a couple of battle reports that I did with on Winter's SEO on his channel using my Necrons. So I've been on his thing a couple of times. And yeah, so if you want to see those my Necrons, they're on there if you can find them. But yeah, I'm gonna go. So the monolith would be nice because it'd be like such a nice break for doing this and panel lining and all the edge highlights and stuff. And it's like I can do loads of airbrush stuff with it, and it's all sort of stippling and dry brushing and using all my knackered brushes and stuff. And you know, it's not a lot of precision involved. So it'd be a nice change. So that's why I want to kind of do that, and also working on something as big as that as well. You know, to be. Yeah, it'd be nice. So yeah, it's going to be a little palette cleanser. And the other thing as well, I've had it sitting around for 18 months since I bought it, and what was about 6 months ago that I sort of built it and put the tree on it, and yeah, it's been sat there ever since. It's all primed, it's all ready to go. Just haven't done anything with it. I think I'm a bit scared to do it, to be honest. It's the most expensive single miniature I've ever bought, and yeah, I'm kind of a bit scared to actually paint the thing. But I was quite scared to attach a tree to the side of it and completely destroy it. But it came out okay. It came out how I wanted it to look. So, because if it had gone wrong, then that would have been the whole thing useless. So yeah. I was quite pleased that went okay. But yeah, it does need painting, so that'll be next. I'm just hoping that YouTube doesn't punish me for painting something that isn't Space Marines and doesn't show it to anyone. But we'll see. We'll find out. I'll see what I can do working my own account. Yeah, I mean, if only if you have it there. If you've got an Instagram account, as I said, if you do, then yeah, no pressure, obviously. But if you've got one, then yeah, as I say, tag me. I'd like to see them. I always like, as I said, I always like to see what other people are doing with if you've taken something that I've done or copied it or used a tutorial or something. It's always nice. And I do make a point of replying to every comment and every message and stuff. So if you do tag me, I will see it. Just had a Space Marine being attacked by the monolith and still see it. Yeah, no, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, if I stick Space Marine in the title of the video, it'll probably it'll probably show up then. It's probably have to paint Space Marines, but I can't. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to just do the same thing over and over again. I do this next video for this third video in a row on Marines as a nice little series, and then I'm going to move on and do something different. I'll come back to the Marines. I will sort of do more on them, and you know, do a few other things and stuff in the future. But I need to do something different. I can't. I never wanted the channel to be like that, just doing the same. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I want it to be kind of. Well, actually, the whole thing is that I don't. Videos that I'm filming and stuff, it's what I'm actually working on. It's not something I don't really just do stuff for the sake of it, if that makes sense. It's what I'd be working on anyway, so I'm filming it, and it's what I'd be doing if I wasn't filming it. So yeah, if there's anything obviously anybody wanted, you know, specific things, I'd be happy to do it and try something different if there was something that somebody wanted to see. But generally, it's just what I'm working or what I fancy doing. And although saying that, I was really tempted to pick up that new Blood Angel Captain. I don't know if you've seen that, and you can paint him up in the sort of a gold scheme, because I've got a really nice method of doing gold, like kind of aged gold, and I'd quite like to maybe do that. And so yeah, I might kind of potentially buy that just to film it and as an experience, you know, rather than being for one of my collections. Do you paint orcs? No, I've not painted any for a while. I used to, up until maybe 6 months ago, I had about a 3,000 point orc army, and I sold it, which I do kind of regret, but I really needed the money at the time, and but part of the money I made from that went towards buying an upgrade for my airbrush and a new compressor and stuff. So it was kind of partly for work, you know. Kind of I've had this, yeah. I liked them. I really liked my orc army, but they've been sitting in a box for ages. But I do like painting orcs. They are fun because you can be quite loose with it, and you can kind of do all sorts of different things. But no, I hadn't thought about doing one for, you know, for this month. I could do, if I can find something. I might have one lying around that I could do, I don't know. But yeah, that Blood Angel Captain I really like, because the pictures on the, he looks like I had a Blood Angel army when I was a kid, and I had my favourite one. The favourite model I had, I've still got him upstairs somewhere, is the Captain Tycho. The old metal Captain Tycho with the holding up the rifle with the melter gun and stuff, and he's got half his face covered, you know, like Phantom of the Opera type thing. And the way they've painted that new captain on some of the artwork is basically, that's what it is. So. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Oh, cheers, man. No worries. Well, I'm going to be finishing up in 5 minutes anyway, because yeah, I need to do the same thing. I need to eat. So yeah, but yeah, as I said, like that. Yeah, that Blood Angels Captain, I quite fancy giving that a go and painting him up in a kind of a nice aged gold that I've used for other things. I've been using it a little bit on my Gene Stealer cults, on some of their icons and stuff, and I think it will work quite well. So I might pick him up and give that a go and stick that up. So yeah, but as I said, all the stuff I'm working on, this is just what I'll be working on anyway. Yeah, the gold, man. It's a nice model. I think that's my favourite of all that new Blood Angel stuff. And they were always my army when I was a kid. I had a lot of Blood Angel stuff. And I was tempted to when I started getting the Marines and stuff, because I was tempted to kind of do Blood Angels, just because, you know, I had them when I was little, but the idea of doing, I went down this route instead of doing my own thing. In fact, there's one of them here. There he is. Painted at some point in the 90s. Not the best paint job in the world, but I was happy with it at the time. They improved from that point. The rest of that little army. I've still got some of them upstairs. But yeah, a lot of practice and they got better. Anyway, what time is it? It's about 9 o'clock now, so I am gonna disappear, I'm afraid. But thanks very much for joining. No, not the most exciting thing in the world, watching this basically panel lining, but yeah, it's nice to kind of just jump on here and have a chat with everybody. So yeah, thanks very much for coming on. Thanks for Poco. Thank you very much for joining up, and that's again huge help. I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you very much. And I will try and get another one of these done soon enough. Fun to watch even though I wasn't here for long. Well, thank you very much, man. That's really good of you to say. Thank you. I'm going to try and... I want to try and make this more of a regular thing. So I will try and get on here, I don't know, maybe once a week when I can. It's difficult. I've got 3 kids, 3 young children, and you know, so it's hard to find the time to do stuff, but I'll try and get on here as often as I can. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to jump off now and I will catch up with you all soon. So thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers. Bye.